Hello and welcome to SMACTworks TechCast series, where the flavor is always Oracle. Today's discussion is going to be on demystifying PeopleSoft Cloud Manager. This is going to be presented by my colleague Nilopal Mernal and myself, Peter Katrubis, with the introduction. The agenda for this discussion is going to be a corporate overview, learning objectives, Oracle Cloud Manager overview, installation process configuration, and then some conclusions. A little corporate overview for you. SMACTworks was established in 2013 as a pure play Oracle Cloud consultancy. We're proud to boast over 150 of our own directly employed Oracle specialists, and we maintain a U.S. Oracle Center of Excellence and Innovation in our corporate headquarters in Dublin, Ohio. We're an Oracle Gold partner and Cloud Certified partner. We are ISO 9001 and ISO 27001, and those ISO certifications generally speak to our dedication to process and commitment to ongoing success for our customers. Our accomplishments include Inc. 5000 fastest growing company for several years in a row. We're also a Columbus Fast 50 growing company and number one in the IT services group. We're an MBE and also a Small Business Administration certified organization. Our guiding principles are excellence or consistency in performance, integrity, we do what we say, and then growth, creating a platform for growth for both our customers and for our employees. Our focus in technology starts with Oracle applications in the cloud. So anything, whether it's ERP, supply chain, HCM, CX, or EPM, any of the cloud-based applications. Then also we specialize still in PeopleSoft applications and Oracle eBusiness. That's mostly where our clients are transitioning to the cloud from, but we do have services geared towards helping maintain those legacy systems. We also have specialization within the OCI and the tech stack with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, Identity Cloud Services, Oracle Integration Cloud, and also across the data warehousing and analytics platform with FDI, ADW, and OAC. Today's learning objectives to understand the full life cycle of deploying PeopleSoft Cloud Manager, from planning all the way through deployment, understanding what resources and skill sets are required to deploy PeopleSoft Cloud Manager, then also understanding the use cases of how PeopleSoft Cloud Manager is utilized. Learning tips and tricks for successful deployment will wrap that up. I'm happy to turn it over to my colleague Nilopal Mernal, where he's going to discuss PeopleSoft Cloud Manager.
Thank you, Peter. Welcome everyone to the TechCast. Today we'll talk about Cloud Manager. We'll also look into installation and configuration of Cloud Manager, as well as take a look at a few of the use cases. Cloud Manager is a PeopleSoft Interaction Hub instance that resides in Oracle Cloud and manages other PeopleSoft instances. It is a framework for provisioning and administering the lifecycle of PeopleSoft environments on OCI. It also enables application lifecycle management. It is based on the basic principle of cloud computing, that is elasticity, scaling up and scaling down of infrastructure, patching, and security. The moment we go to Oracle Cloud, everything is governed by the security posture of Oracle Cloud, and as Cloud Manager is within the realms of Oracle Cloud, it also follows the same posture. Oracle Cloud Manager supports automation. You can do tools upgrade, tools patching, backup and restore, cloning, disaster recovery. All that can be automated using Cloud Manager. It helps with lift and shift of on-premise PeopleSoft application to Cloud Manager. It also have a toolkit called Policy Manager, which helps with automating repetitive tasks. Like you can schedule some tasks like cloning a new environment on a certain date from production, and it will be automated and the new environment will be available. And you will be notified via email or text message. It also goes and checks for all the latest available pub image and brings everything that's available to be adopted via subscription model. Lately, Oracle has started releasing people tools on Oracle Cloud first before its GA for on-premise customer. So if we are adopting Oracle Cloud Manager, it will be available for early adoption. And it also does predictive and reactive support. So Oracle has integrated its AI manager. So it looks for patterns in the log files and takes corrective actions based on anomaly detected. So that's a pretty cool feature that's available in the recent Cloud Manager. Latest Cloud Manager available in Marketplace is Cloud Manager 17. There are many features that have been incorporated, namely custom input for username and groups. So when we are provisioning environment or adding nodes or even creating template, you can use your custom names that you have been using on your on-premises installation. It can import full-tier PeopleSoft instance running on Oracle Cloud, and it can import that environment into the ecosystem of Oracle Cloud Manager, and it can be managed in Oracle Cloud. It also supports OpenSearch and OpenSearch dashboards. Uh, if you are not aware of OpenSearch, this is a new search engine that PeopleSoft has adopted, and it has replaced Elasticsearch and Kibana. And it also provides an option to include custom script or API as a policy. So if you have any other mission critical applications running in your ecosystem, you can call Oracle Cloud Manager using a API or custom script. So what are the prerequisites for installing Cloud Manager? You need to have Oracle Cloud Infrastructure account. You also need to have Oracle support credentials. You need to have an administrator access to the tenancy. Administrator must have subscription for following OCI services: compute, object storage, file storage service, resource manager, and database cloud service. These tenancies also must have sufficient resources, like say, if we are talking about compute, you need to have multiple shapes and sizes available to provision PeopleSoft environment. You cannot have only one or two VM shapes available in your compute subscription. Likewise, you have to check for block storage, file system, mount targets, and network components. We also need to have keys in place. We need to have SSH keys. SSH keys are required to log into Cloud Manager virtual machine, and API key pair is required to communicate with other Oracle resources. Like when you are making a call to Oracle support to get the latest PUM image available, you need the API key, which will be passed on to the other system. This is a screenshot of Resource Manager in Oracle Cloud. As we talked earlier, Cloud Manager is based on the principle of infrastructure as a code. So there are different components of Resource Manager. You have templates that you have defined to build new PeopleSoft environment. There's a zip file if you're doing a lift and shift from on-premises, all your configuration and custom configuration and some of the configuration data files, everything is zipped and put it on a object storage. You have compartment where you will be installing all these components. You have bucket for storage. You have folder, which is your file server, that is for your middle tier, like say having Tuxedo and WebLogic or repository, anything that you have. And you also have a GitHub if you are doing version control or any other custom scripts that you will call from Git. All this together create a stack, and you once you have a stack, you apply it. You apply it using Terraform, and you plan and apply the project, the stack, and it provisions the cloud manager for you in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So this is kind of end to end. management from procure to build. It is template based, so there's nothing that you define at the runtime. You plan your installation in advance and you put everything in the template. There's a custom template support as well in Cloud Manager 17, so you can still use the same nomenclature that you have uh, for your on-premises installation, and it also have a REST API support. So what else is required? So you need to have a OCI user as well as an OCI group for Cloud Manager installation, and you will have to update the user profile with SSH key as well as API key. You will have to update few policies in OCI, the basic one, which are required to even start your work are allow the group to manage all resources in the compartment, allow resources in tenancy, allow group to manage app catalog listing in tenancy. The screen print here depicts the Oracle Cloud Marketplace where you go and search for a Cloud Manager instance. It will only show you the latest Cloud Manager available. So the current version is version 17. Then it asks you whether you are a commercial customer or a government. So based on that, you will select your market and you will sign in. If you do not have an account, you will go to the sign up page and then it will give you the option to sign in. Here is the URL for Cloud Marketplace. It's https cloudmarketplace.oracle. Cloud Manager should be installed in separate compartment than the root compartment. That's the recommendation, as well as based on our experience, it doesn't work if you try to install Cloud Manager in root. So it's always better to have your separate compartment. All the policies for that compartment should be in place. There should be a virtual cloud network. You can create that virtual cloud network in the same compartment, or you can have a separate compartment for network component and have all the policies in place for Cloud Manager compartment to access VCN and vice versa. Similarly, check for version and compartment before launching the stack. Make sure that when you are launching the Cloud Manager stack job, it is the right version of the Cloud Manager that you are invoking, and also you're doing it in the right compartment. You have to check that you have reviewed and accepted the Oracle standard terms and restrictions. You always have to bring your own license. If you are installing Cloud Manager in OCI, it doesn't mean that it will provide you PeopleSoft licenses. You bring your own PeopleSoft licenses. And for that, if you're an on-premise customer, how it works, you will have to talk to your Oracle rep. Once all these things are in place, you launch Stack. Now, there are a few parameters that we need to pass on while creating a stack, like we need to provide a meaningful name, compartment details, Terraform version, any custom script or API that we need to mention that we need to provide, tags. Tags are essential for Oracle Cloud Manager. It let you write different kind of policies, so always provide meaningful tags. Again, there are some variables that we need to define, like make sure you're installing Oracle Cloud Manager in correct availability domain. Also make sure that all the compute information are correct. Upload your SSH keys so that once the Oracle Cloud Manager installation is complete, you can log into the VM. Also update the API private keys, give a meaningful database name, make sure that all the user ID and password are created in Vault, and Vault is in a compartment which can be accessed. If not, write policies to access Vault compartment. Also provide Oracle support credential in the configuration. This is how the review section looks for the stack. Uh, your name, description that you have provided, compartment OSID. It also have Terraform version. Make sure you are using the latest version available, and safety and CM17. So while I'm writing policies, I will always call the tag CM17 and have criteria written on CM17. Also review Cloud Manager instance details like where it's getting created, look for the availability domain and ensure that it's the right OSID. Also look at shape, SSH public key OSID, API private key OSID, tenancy home region. Make sure that the vault and vault compartment are having the right OSID. Moving on to the next one. So once you have submitted all the details and reviewed it, you launch the stack and then you are brought back to Oracle Cloud UI, where you will see a job that has been in an accepted state. It will turn to complete in few minutes, and that doesn't mean that Oracle Cloud Manager has been installed. It takes some time, probably an hour or so, to have the all installation completed. So once the state is changed to completed, what you can do, you can use a tool like Putty and log in to Oracle Virtual Machine. And there you will go to the log file, you go to the Bootstrap folder and access Cloud Manager install status.log file. And you tail the file and look at where the job is running. Once it gets completed, it will have an entry for URL and you can access Cloud Manager from there. This is how it looks. This is, I have logged into Oracle Virtual Machine and it's talking about extracting all the files, then deploying components and setting up your database, changing password based on the password we have predefined in Vault, setting up PeopleSoft application server, process scheduler, PeopleSoft PR, also setting up PeopleSoft database, and it's also configuring the OCI Cloud Manager for us. It's also setting up automated pump downloads and updates, something that we talked initially, how it enables the lifecycle management. And also applying the critical Cloud Manager patches. So this is something that we talk about is always current on patches and having the security in sync with Oracle releases. And once everything is complete, it starts the PeopleSoft domains and you will see the CM installed successfully. You will have the Cloud Manager HTTP URL and HTTPS URL. Once you have the URL, you log into the page. You will use the user and password that you have defined in the vault for PR. Once you log in, this is how the home page looks like. We will go to Cloud Manager settings. This is where we define all the setups for our Cloud Manager. It has multiple tabs. So the first one is infrastructure settings, Cloud Manager settings. So we go to My Oracle Support Credential. This is where you define your username, password, and you leave the authorization mechanism as it is. All these things are pre-populated for you because it's coming from the vault. If any REST services that we will be using or any custom user credentials, these are defined here. Then we have lift and shift container. This is the bucket storage where all the data that we move from on-premises will be stored. Any COBOL license, if we are using, this is the place where you will put the license in. If we want to enable monitoring for PeopleSoft system, this is where we'll set it up. You check it as on and yes, and it will enable monitoring services. And another one is for automatic page updates. Moving on to the next slide. This is more about our infrastructure slide. This is where the API version is there. Home region, deployment region, all these are pre-populated. It's coming from the stack information we submitted earlier. It's asking for a bucket name. Always provide a meaningful name. So this is the bucket storage that we have already talked about. So this is where you define that. Then image, like Cloud Manager job is to provision multiple PeopleSoft environment, and for that you need Linux or Windows operating system VMs where the installation will take place. You can create your custom images as well, but if you are doing it for demo purposes, there are images available in Cloud Marketplace. So you can select, you have to check the compatibility, what version of PeopleSoft you are going to install, what will be the people tools, and based on that, select the right OS version, and based on the OS version, select the right image. So yeah, this is the latest image that I used for this installation. And once you select that, the OSID comes by default. Sometimes this checkbox will not be green. Keep in mind this needs to be in a green check status. If it's red, that means something is incorrect with the configuration and we should stop and try to fix, because without this being green, the subsequent uh, configuration or changes will not take place. Uh, Earlier, we didn't have Windows image available in Cloud Marketplace directly, so we had to create custom images and then provide the OSID. But now Oracle has given Windows images as well, so it's a little bit easier to configure Windows images. And why do we need Windows? Of course, we need it for people tools deployment. Then we have some other configuration option like external notification or disaster recovery. If we are going to have uh, disaster recovery setup as well in Oracle Cloud, this is the place where we turn it on, and then it will ask for a standby region. And then we have some other setups also that once we select it, it will be there that we need to configure. But for this exercise, we have not enabled DR. Then it asks for your tenancy name, tenancy OSID, let's ask for the username who will be doing the system administration work in Oracle Cloud Manager. User OSID, this is where for this particular user you provide the API signing public key, because this user will interact with other Oracle systems and either subscribe or publish. And then you provide where the private key location is and any passphrase you have for private key. Moving on to the next tab, that is file server. File server is where all the uh, files like your People Tools Home, PS Home, report repository, any other log file will be stored. So this is where you configure the file server. Make sure that you give meaningful name to it, because one file server once configured can be mounted to multiple PeopleSoft instances. When you define all these changes, you have to wait for FSS configured. If it's not having FSS configured status, that means this configuration has not taken place or has been done incorrectly. So make sure it's in the configured status. Then there are other tabs like manage updates. Manage updates is where, like, once you install the Cloud Manager, like Cloud Manager version here is 9.1.17. You may think why it's not 9.2, but because as we said earlier, Cloud Manager is nothing but a special PeopleSoft Interaction Hub database. And PeopleSoft Interaction Hub is always on 9.1. There was no 9.2 version for that. So it's on image 17. And after image 17, even though it's latest, there are a few other patches that's already available. So the moment I installed 17, it did automate the PUM image, did the validation and found there are updates that need to be applied. And I have not set up the system to go and apply it automatically. Otherwise, it would have applied once they identify, it would have applied as well. You can do either automatic or manual. Like if you see here the apply button, once you click apply, it will go and apply all those patches to Cloud Manager instance. Now, if you go to manage subscription, you will see that there are subscribed and unsubscribed. In the unsubscribed, initially when you install Cloud Manager, there will be multiple SCM, FSCM, campus solution instances available because it's based on operating system as well. So how to subscribe and what does subscription mean? Once you go and click on any of the images, it gives you an action to subscribe. Once you subscribe to any channel, when we as PeopleSoft environment. Once you apply to any of those channels, it gets downloaded in the repository. When I say repository, it's get downloaded in the file server that we have created earlier. And it's a local download. And once the POM image is downloaded, the apply function will extract the image. And based on all the other configuration that we will do, like the compute and the compartment where it needs to get installed, it will do automatic installation of that particular POM image. So now we are at the last slide, conclusion. What are the benefits of adopting Cloud Manager? It definitely helps with automation. Most of the activities are performed by predefined templates and can be triggered by an event or schedule. This immensely helps with staying current and leverage new features and functionality. You can automate pump adoption by not only installing latest image, but also creating change package, propagating it to subsequent instances, change impact analysis, and doing regression test using. It also automates operational tasks like backups and restore on scheduled day and time. It automates CPU patching with zero downtime. Right-sizing PeopleSoft installation has always been challenging due to varied nature of batch jobs and user access. Cloud Manager helps us with automatic scaling up and down of compute based on consumption. It also helps to provision need-based environment for a specific time and frame, then hosting it throughout the year. Overall, it reduces total cost of ownership with enhanced application performance and user experience. Thank you for attending this TechCast. We would love to hear your feedback, and please reach out to us if you would like to have a hands-on demo of Cloud Manager. Thank you.